Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I come to you from nerdrotic.com, and I am live in San Francisco. And this is, well, it's the 15,000 subscriber celebration. Holy crap. I'll just say crap. I don't want to get demonetized for anything. Wow. I'm blown away. I'm humbled. I'm excited. This has put me on cloud nine. Best Christmas present ever. I don't even know I don't even know how many times to say gracias, bita, thank you. That's all I know. That's all I know. Why are we giving me crap about the Gifted already? I just started. Nihilus. Do I have love for the Gifted? I have like. Gifted is in the friend zone, but on the way out. We are starting out a celebration here. I had no plans of doing a live stream up until a couple hours ago where I said, screw it. I got all my stuff done. Today was supposed to be dedicated to getting all the crap done around my house, getting patron packages packed up, getting everything set so I can start doing daily videos. Yes, you are going to be getting daily videos starting tomorrow, sometimes 2 a day. There's no reason to stop now. If things are going good, you don't let your foot off the gas pedal. That's kind of my philosophy. It will not be a Doctor Who video every day, well, unless the news comes out every day, but there'll be a lot, because that's what you people want to hear, and I give you what you want to hear. But there's also going to be Star Trek, Orville is coming, and Axanar. I'm going to be doing an Axanar video. It's a little late, but I spoke with somebody from Axanar today, and this day has been great. This day has been great. So speaking to somebody from Axanar, I don't know if he wants me to say anything. It was a private conversation. It was nothing like, it was just, hey, what's up? You're awesome. You're awesome. No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. So yeah, that's cool. So definitely going to give some love, that long overdue love, and my bad for not saying more about Axanar, because I love it. For something that's quote unquote fan made to give me goosebumps, which is what it did. Richard Hatch, unfortunately, is not going to be in it. May he rest in peace. I miss you. I can't believe he's gone. It sucks he's not going to be in it, but they are going to finish it. And unfortunately, due to CBS being lame, it can't be what they want it to be. But at least we're getting something. So I'm very thankful for that. And this is about being grateful and being thankful. And let's get to the chat. No real news planned on anything. I got a couple articles we can go over. I've drank a lot of coffee today. So yeah. Sorry I'm a little late, but we had an action figure casualty. The penguin. My vintage penguin lost his arm. I'm so bummed about that. I mean, I could glue it, but then, then it's just a glued action figure, So, oh well. That happens. We get casualties here. So, yeah. Wow. Look at Carl Manvers is in the house. Hello, Carl Manvers. I look forward to your movie. Philip A. Dimmick, Sith Lord Luke Skywalker, Mark Tuttle, SBG, Silhouetted Animator, Artemis Over Easy, Kato Roan and his wrench, Blue Cat 42, Lee Crystal 1, Mary Ashmead. How are you? How are you? Thank you for being here, being a great wrench. Endless Echo. Wow. Gary Jones, Odd Job, HMS Fizz, Pen Farm Girl and her wrench, Elite Shadow King, Daunt Mind, sorry, is it Don't Mind Me? Oh, Don't Mind Me. I can read. Gary McGregor, great first name there, sir. John Lays, Robon ZZ. Wow, look at all these people here. This is crazy. For a last minute thing, not bad, folks. Not bad. So thank you so much for the congratulations. I greatly appreciate it. And it is, it's been nuts. And we have, oh, Mary, you don't have to do that. $5 super chat. Congratulations, Gary. You are so awesome. I'm so happy for you making it to 15K. You deserve it. Hard work pays off. Next goal, 20K and beyond. Yeah. I mean, that's the next goal is 20K. Yes. I'm going to say we're going to shoot for it. I'm not expecting it. I'm happy where we are. Mary, you do enough work here. I mean, it's unbelievable the job you do for myself and Doomcock and others, Anti-Trekker, who I'm very proud to be in the same group with them and loosely connected in any way. I spent the day getting everything out of the way so I can like just focus on Christmas and focus on the channel. A lot of things have changed in the last 3 weeks, folks, in my life. So, some good, some bad. You got to take the good with the bad. But as one door closes, another one opens. Can't wait for 100K. Wow, Connor, thank you. That is a lot of faith. It's been stunning. Like I said, even Mrs. Nerdrotic noticed, and for her to notice, it had to be something. The ladies in the salon are talking about it. It's great. It's great. Mary does rock, Gary. Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, full of grace. Oh, there's a bad part of that I'm not going to say. Filthy Farmer, what's up? Oh, so I was talking to a lot of people today, getting a lot of work done. And I said, shit, let's live stream. Let's freaking live stream. And, I got to be thankful to Artemis Over Easy for $10. Nice job on 15K, Nerdrotic. Keep it up, Gary. I will. I promise. And thank you so much. And thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to the mods. Thanks, Susan. All of our past co-hosts. And yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. There is a fun Doctor Who article we can kind of go over in a little bit. Actually, somebody on Twitter shot it to me, and it is hilarious. So I will share it with you. I've been working on 2 videos today as well. Been very busy today. And yes, the Christmas video should be done by Friday. I said Thursday, but it's probably going to be Friday because another Doctor Who video came up that I thought was pretty important. Also going to be doing something early next year on Article 13. A lot of people have asked me about that. It is a great concern of mine, especially since we have so many UK subscribers. It's crazy how many UK subscribers, because I can see it in the analytics. So, well, if that's where they're really from, they could be using a VPN. But I wonder what your Earth-based age is. Just curious. Eddie from space, I'm 49. I'm 49 years old. I was born in 1969. I'm an old man. I just act immature. That's all. But yeah, lots of gray in the beard. The ladies in the salon is the name of the next New Year's Day episode. Mark, that is hilarious. Oh man, I'm curious what the Daleks. So in my last live stream, I was reminded something I knew and I completely forgot. They had to use the Daleks. If they didn't use the Daleks, if Doctor Who doesn't use the Daleks once per season, they lose them or they have to renegotiate the deal. With Terry Nation, clever Terry Nation, props to Terry Nation, one of the greatest writers and creators of Doctor Who. Marco is 48. We old nerds have to stick together, Marco. Tim Jensen, 49. Share the fountain of youth, man. Don't hold back. Bathing in virgin blood helps. And and vampirism. Lord Rolo is 49. See, yeah, we all us old guys got to hang out. I'm not 39. No, definitely not. Haven't been for 10 years. So, yes. Mark is 53. It's all good. Yes, it is. 53 is the new 33, bud. At least that's what we keep telling ourselves, right? All right. SPG, I have a feeling it's just a cameo. I agree with you there. I think it's just a cameo. Yes. It'll probably be like something like this. You would make a good Dalek. There you go. Probably get a copyright strike for that. Oh man, it's been a crazy day. So and then there's the Patreon thing that's blowing up everywhere. And I don't even know what to do about that. I mean, we're just getting going. So I'm going to apologize up front and just say not leaving Patreon just yet. Don't like. I I I know of Sargon. I've listened to some of his videos. Seems like a good chap. I like some of the cut of his jib. I definitely like the free speech stuff, and do not like what happened to him and to others. And I don't like Patreon banning stuff, but I can't leave. I can't. So while I will quietly disdain, like what the dissent, what they did, I'm going to have to stay for a while anyway. I have obligations to fill. It's a really great way to interact with our community, and I understand why people are leaving. They have to understand why I am not. That's all. That's all I say. But I'm still, yeah. Don't worry though. I'll still try to be. And you know what? They might come for me. I don't know why. I mean, I just dissent against TV shows, but that if that turns into a thing, yeah, then that might be a problem. That might be a serious problem. And they could. Who knows? They might not like my disdain for Doctor Who and Star Trek Discovery, and they'll probably roll me into what they do to all the Star Wars fans and just call me, all the ists and isms that they want to call me, and which is funny. Carrie, you magnificent bastard, you did it. Next stop, nude calendar for 50K. If we hit 50K, we might have to do a new calendar, but it would not be me. I would spare you of that. We'll find some, yeah. It'll be nude aliens. I'll put some gray aliens on. They're naked anyway. So those poor guys. Please set up a web shop so little people with a credit card can still support you. Well, I appreciate that. Yes, the web shop is going to happen. So that's happening before the pop-up shop. The pop-up comic shop has been delayed due to shit happening to my house. So like some pretty significant stuff happening to my very old house. So we're probably gonna delay it till April 1st, and it will not be April Fool's Day. We're gonna plus that's a pretty cool anniversary. That's when I opened up my original shop. So but actually the channel doing well had a lot to do with that too. The channel, I'd rather just focus on the channel right now. So do I an exorcism? Possibly, Kato. Can we Indiegogo an exorcism? No, I'm just kidding. Less than 2 weeks until the Orville. Oh my God. ST fanboy. I have literally been counting the days. I can't remember the last TV show, I think The Expanse probably, where I was just looking up at the calendar and going, 12 days. 12 days, right? It's the 18th today. So yeah. Gotham's coming back. Silhouetted animator, man. He loves his DC stuff, man. I love that about you. You are an awesome nerd. You are a proper nerd, silhouetted animator. You fly that flag. Fucking Quail is in here. What's up, my man? 15K, hit the like button if you like Gary. Oh, good boy. Stop. Beard calendar for 2020, said silhouetted animator. Did I have Friday Night Magic at my shop when I ran it? I did not, Filthy Farmer, but when it opens up again, I did not do cards. I just strictly was comics and toys. That will change though. We will be doing Friday Night Magic. Yes, that will be a thing. Timeless finale this Thursday. Thoughts? Kevin McDonald, thank you for the $2 super chat. Timeless was okay. I never thought it was good enough to cover, but I did end up getting caught up, and I'm going to watch the finale. And I might possibly do, if I have time, I'll do a review on it. It was okay. I mean, like, I don't mean if people like it, I understand. Sometimes I don't know. I get kind of snobby with TV. I don't mean to be, but well, I watched the first 2 episodes of the Orville, but I can't handle McFarlane's humor, says Eddie from Space, and some can't. And I didn't like him before, Eddie. And honestly, you might want to give it a little more, because I felt the same way. And then I kept watching the show, and it dials back a little bit, and it's but if you don't like his humor, I'm not a Family Guy fan, but I became an Orville fan, a huge Orville fan. Are you familiar with comic tropes and ever consider bringing him on as a guest? I am not. I Cthulhu. I will check comic tropes out. I might have heard of it, but I haven't seen any of the videos. But I'll certainly I'll write it down to check it out on your request, my friend. I am always open to bringing on guests as long as they're cool. As long as they're cool. A new Doomcock calendar. That'd be funny. I'm surprised somebody hasn't drawn that yet. Somebody get on that. Seriously. There's a lot of talented people here in the chat. Can we get a he could have his mask on and then like Harvey covering his Doomcock. He's gonna get pissed. I would love to see that. Do it. Come on. I might do it. The humor does dial back a lot, and it actually fits in with the show. And I still find the humor that's in the show when it's not Seth doing it, I laugh. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. The redhead with the beard, the navigator guy. He's funny as hell. That guy's funny as hell. Pen Farm Girl, how are you? What's up, Chris Persia? Malwinius Serrano Ulfram from York. Greetings, sir. Greetings. Any predictions on how many years it will take for things to come back to return to a normal state instead of everything being I'm trying to read this as it goes up. So politically correct, or are we past the point of no return? Precious Zelda, that is such an excellent question. My belief right now is the pendulum swings both ways. It will stop. It will never completely go away. And honestly, I'm not expecting it to completely go away. And I don't, listen, some little jibber jabs in there that never used to bother me. If you go back and look through our videos, it didn't bother me. It's just in the last 3 years, it's just been ramping up and up and up. And instead of being like one little off political comment per episode of practically everything I watch, it's turned into it's like a pop song. Pop songs used to have like 1 or 2 hooks, and now they have to have 7 or 8. It's the same thing. They have to put in 7 or 8 political hooks in each episode, and it's by themselves. They're very little. They're very subtle, and that is done on purpose. Do I think there's some massive agenda to do this? No, I just think it's a bunch of like-minded people feeling emboldened to do this because of reasons. For some reason, maybe they've been told by management it's okay, but it's not. And it's about damn time it used to be letter writing campaigns and they can ignore that shit. The buffer is gone, and now we are right here and we are speaking. And like, if you're mad, you have a voice. Anybody in here could start a YouTube channel, and I recommend it. I mean, it's fun. If you go in there with like really low or no expectations and you just have fun, it's a great hobby. It's an excellent hobby. I think, as I mean, not that I've ever had a huge problem with this, but I think it's also it helps. I think it's helpful with self-esteem. It helps you get thicker skin, and it also, you might realize that I ain't so bad. There you go. It's a good thing. Self-esteem is a big problem in our country, and I experience this a lot in NA and AA, and it's really tough. Some people feel like they don't deserve happiness, and they do. Everybody does. I haven't done a video since like August. Well, friends of odd kind, get up and do one. Well, maybe you haven't felt the passion yet. Sometimes life gets in the way. It's true. Captain Robert April is on the bridge. Beats the hell out of a real job. Once it starts paying, it does, but it's work. So somebody actually asked me today what I do for a living, and I had to answer for the first time YouTuber, and it was weird. I mean, like, that's kind of what I'm doing now. That's not the whole plan. Okay. So, but as of right now, that's my answer. We also have other things going on, and we also, we also own a salon, a hair salon. It does okay. It does okay. Mrs. Nerderotic is quite the star. Um, Thank you, Pen Farm Girl. So yeah, just to let you guys know on the Patreon thing, I know what's going on. I don't like what Patreon did at all. And but I'm not in a position to do anything right now. Plus, that, like, what am I going to say to my loyal and wonderful patrons? I'm not just going to bail on them. I can't. For some cause. I know a YouTuber out there has asked for a boycott, and I understand why he did that, and I'm not cracking back on him at all. I actually like that YouTuber. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but nah, not gonna do it. Tennant and Donna were the best. Oh my god, yes. Rasta Faustian. Rasta Faustian, they were. And the more you see of current Doctor Who, the more you miss them. And I'm sure many of you have done that. Have you like watched a current episode of Who and then like to wash the bad taste out of your mouth? You go and watch a good episode and you just see how different the show is. I mean, it's I can't even say a shadow of its former self. It's not its former self. This is not Doctor Who. It 100% is not Doctor Who. Been upset about this for a long time. And the reason I'm upset is because I was into the show. It's not like I'm not a casual fan. I was very much into it. And still am to the old stuff. But this, fortunately with Who, is it damage the legacy? I think it does. I think it actually does. I mean, out of Doctor Who, Star Trek, and Star Wars is in the worst shape. Star Wars is to me, it's gone. Like, but I asked earlier about the political correctness. I think it's a couple years away before we see a correction. I think we're starting to see the seeds of dissent come in to Hollywood. There, once you start seeing actors and writers not dissenting within Hollywood, then things are changing. Okay. Right now it's the world's biggest echo chamber. But when we're gonna start nailing them in the pocketbook, and that's what we got to do. It's like anytime something like this goes down, you got to just stop buying it. It sucks to say that, but oh, thank you. Okay, is it Nordy EQNEL? Is that, how do I pronounce that? Thank you for the £1. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, so I think it can turn around. If it doesn't, then they're dead. They're dead. They're in trouble. The ratings are going down, except in television. Television's the only place where we're seeing any real growth, and that's streaming services. But like your basic on network television, ratings are going down across the board. Cable ratings are going down across the board. Cinema, less people are going to movies. I guess Aquaman's going to be a big hit, but it's another superhero movie. You're not seeing a lot of non-superhero movies or non-temple being successful anymore. Remember when like indie movies used to make money and stuff? Yeah, that's gone. Those days are gone. Yeah, nobody's going to go like pay $50 to go see somebody crying at a kitchen table for 2 hours. That shit's over. Thanos stopped the Time War. God. Oh, I missed the time. Isn't it bad that I missed the Time War? Wait, can we bring back the Time War? Go Daleks. Well, you know what? It's Death Networks. I was trying to look up Star Wars Resistance on my Patreon hangout today. I was trying to look up Star Wars Resistance ratings because that's something that airs on a network, and there were no ratings. Now apparently there were on Wikipedia, and they're actually quite good, but it was weird. TV series finale didn't have any. I saw Aquaman and it was crazy. If you like Peter David's run, you'll love it, which I did, Mako. I absolutely love Peter David's run. Would compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy as to how crazy. Ooh, yeah, Mako, that goes right along with what my friend told me. My friend said, I'm going to be ready to be surprised. This is the best DC movie ever made. That was his words, but I'm skeptical until I see it, which I'm going to see it tomorrow. So And we'll be doing a review here on Friday Night Tights. I think that's appropriate. Did you hear about the Brie Larson saying Thanos looked puny and she could take him easily? Bryce Douglas, I did. And man, I almost did a video on it. I almost did. I was like this close. And then even, I know, I mean, I still could, I guess, but a bunch of other people did. Yeah. Why on its by itself, people are probably going, what's the big deal? Well, it's either Brie Larson has no fucking idea what the perception is by the fan base of her, but she really needs to come correct. If she started getting a little humble and saying, if she would have just said, oh, it'll be a tough fight, nobody would have said anything. But what she said, going along with everything else she said, she by the way, she knows how people feel about her. And she was just giving more fans the finger in a very, very subtle way. And it also, I think, gives a huge hint to what I've been saying for 2 years. I know a lot of people are new to the channel. Believe me, I've found the audio because I'm not a told you so guy, but I'm really gonna stick with this one. She is going to get the kill shot on Thanos. Either not kill shot, she will be instrumental in defeating him. And I think it's a hint in saying that, yeah, like they OP'd Captain Marvel so much. Apparently she's like a Superman level now. Superman's got many levels throughout the many realities of DC. Okay. So there's like Fleischer Superman who just jumps, or, early Superman, the first one who just jumps and, fights evil landlords and stuff. And then there's, OP Superman. OP is overpowered. Who can move planets and stuff. Apparently Carol can do that now. Which is great. Female doctor to marry Dalek. We're to ask the gender of the Dalek, and the answer is trans. Trans sister. I saw what you did there. Female Dalek. I'm calling it right now. Female Dalek queen. Apparently they were thinking about doing a Dalek queen. There was a rumor, anyway, that Clara was going to become the Dalek queen. From Asylum of the Daleks or whatever. Death Network says Superman was ripped off from Philip Weil's Gladiator from back in 1930. I've never heard that. I mean, I'm not denying it. I've never heard it. I mean, Batman was pretty much ripped off from Zorro. So Batman, I mean, Bob Kane said so. Yeah, everything's ripped off from something. But he's still the first superhero. What if Shang-Chi gets the drop on Thanos? I would be okay with that, Nihilus. No, I wouldn't. I would not be okay with that. Listen, it's got to be. No, I don't even want it to be Gamora and Nebula, even though they have kind of like the biggest beef with them. It's got to be one of the 3 OG Avengers. I would much rather Black Widow get the hit on him than I mean, if it's got to be, like Black Widow is like one of the original Avengers. So I'd rather it be her. If it's got to be a girl, I'd rather it be ScarJo. Endless Echo 3. I liked Asylum of the Daleks as well. I did. I thought it was the best episode of season 7, not counting, of course, Day of the Doctor. Eddie. Brie Larson is so that T Stoney, yeah, she's gotten on everybody's nerves. I'm skipping Captain Marvel, frack her. Yeah, if I wasn't doing the channel, of course, I would skip it. I would seriously skip it because I know what we're gonna get. We're gonna get for one, they have not shown a single scroll yet, which we got a picture of one and they look great. And that's honestly the only reason I want to see the movie is the Skrulls, is the villain. But you can see kind of what we're gonna get. with that movie, and it's with her falling down a bunch of times and getting back up again. And Brie came out today and say, after people see Captain Marvel, it's going to make everybody believe that they're strong. I'm paraphrasing, to do everything. It's like, okay, if somebody has to see Captain Marvel to get any kind of self-esteem, then, well, good luck with that. And they're not going to get it from a paper thin Marvel movie. I love Marvel movies. I do. I really do. I want this one to be good. I used to read Miss Marvel. Okay. So this character that they have rolling around in Marvel Comics right now is nothing like the Carol Danvers I used to read. But there you go. But it seems to be the thing right now. It seems to be the thing that they are really stuck on. And I'm kind of thinking Kevin Feige was probably this is probably the one thing that he was told to do. It really strikes me as the one thing he was told to do. It's weird that this movie's coming out a couple months before, just a couple months before Avengers 4. Now, if Brie Larson was a Skrull, that would be kind of ballsy. I would kind of like that idea. And yeah, and let's echo, where the hell's Adam Warlock in all this? If we're going to be doing all this Thanos stuff and there's no Adam Warlock, it's ridiculous. Oh well. Audit Watcher, I look forward to all comic book movies, even except well, Captain Marvel is like less and less, but like straight up, if it's a comic book movie, I'm going to see it. I'm going to be excited about it until it sucks or whatever. I mean, I want to see Hellboy. I want to see Aquaman. I want to see Shazam. Shazam looks okay to me. I mean, it could be a giant train wreck, let's be honest, but I mean, where's Tigra? I know, I love Tigra. Marvel's got tons of freaking awesome female characters that they just screw up. I mean, Hellcat used to be cool. When she was in the Defenders in the 70s. Adam Warlock better show up. You're damn right. You're damn right. He's one of my favorite characters, period. I have every Adam Warlock appearance ever in a comic book. The Jim Starlin stuff is like right. It's right there under my, I mean, I don't like to be far from my Jim Starlin Warlock. Okay. Jim Starlin art is beautiful. T Stoney, we did a podcast a long time ago. Pretty much when they announced Captain Marvel, saying it's a horrible decision, they should use She-Hulk. She-Hulk, if you want your strong woman, okay, She-Hulk is a lawyer. It's a much popular character. You actually have material from the comics to draw on, like from Marvel right now, from Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel. The only thing she has ever been known for prior to SJW Marvel is getting, well, killed or almost killed by Rogue. That was it. Yeah. She-Hulk is an amazing character, and they should straight up, you know what, do the John Byrne awesome She-Hulk. Captain Britain is coming, silhouetted animator. They said so, and they talked about, oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? Guy Ritchie. Yeah, it's coming. It is coming. So what we have to be thankful here at the our channel's gone in phases. So the first thing that kind of popped for our channel, like the first time we had a video hit 1,000 views, was actually, it was tied. It was Ash versus Evil Dead in Westworld. So I want to thank them. The first time we started getting like a regular consistent viewers was Star Trek Discovery, and John was my co-host at the time. He liked it. I did not. We got a nice little boost there. We hit 1,000 subscribers on December 28th, 2017. I was so damn excited. I ran down to YouTube, which is not far from my house, and I shot a video in front of YouTube thanking everybody. I was super excited. And we did pretty well. We started growing, and then the Expanse got canceled. And that got us to 5,000, which was awesome. And there we stayed for a little while. We had just, slow growth, and we were coming, Venture Brothers came out, and that did well for us. I want to thank Venture, but we had a bunch of Venture Brothers fans. We covered Venture Brothers. Then the Star Trek shorts came out and some Star Trek news. And of course, I started doing edited videos a little bit. But honestly, I've only recently started doing those. And I used to be an editor. I know how to, like, yeah. So I've actually edited real TV shows. So, yeah. And I did a little work in Hollywood, a teeny bit of work in Hollywood for about 2 years. While I was owning the comic shop. This was during the recession. It was also during the writer's strike. It was crazy. So yeah. And then, okay. So then, of course, Doctor Who comes around, and like, I wasn't going to cover it at all. I was so pissed. I was so goddamn pissed when they decided to go girl, and they decided to make all the mistakes that fucking Marvel Comics did with Girl Thor, sex swapping. I mean, you want to talk about running ideas. Every time you run ideas, that's when you do the Freaky Friday shit, or you sex swap. And like, I love how the BBC thinks they invented the fucking wheel by doing this. And it's like, no, you didn't. And usually when we do a female version of the character, we create a separate character. Now I hear this fracking argument all the time. Well, everybody should be represented. And yes, I think if you are good enough at your job, it doesn't matter what you look like. I don't think that should factor in at all, but you need to be good at your job, period. Is it, and as far as the BBC and Hollywood, yeah, you know what? Look at yourself in the mirror. If you weren't hiring, if you weren't being inclusive or diverse or whatever, look at your goddamn self in the mirror. But in the meantime, you still have to be good at your job. And if there isn't, the talent pool is the talent pool. And nobody like picks the talent pool. There isn't people. I mean, look, come on. It is current year, folks. And I've worked in Hollywood. There is no people going, he's a really good director, but I don't like the color of his skin. No, can't do that. Yes, there was a time when that happened. It's not now. It's not. Is there other stuff going on in Hollywood? Yes, like very, very bad stuff. But yeah, and it's showing right now. It's showing. Jessica Jones season 2. They made an effort to only have female directors. Well, I mean, it sucked. It did. Does that mean they're all bad female directors? No, but we need to get. I think there's experienced female directors. I think they just picked female directors and didn't like really dig further. But the fact of the matter is, there's more dude directors than there is women. Why? I don't know. Interest? I have no freaking idea. But do I think people are actually like keeping them out? No. There's in my city in San Francisco. There's San Francisco Art Academy. This thing practically, I think it's Academy of Arts or something like that. It's an art college. It's fucking everywhere. It's got its own buses. There is no shortage of film and art schools, and they say no to nobody. So I don't know what's behind that. But we're getting shitty content, and that's all I care about. I don't, and we got to look at, well, their hiring practices, Doctor Who set out to check boxes and satisfy critics, fellow fucking executives or whatever, and basically gave the fans a finger who supported this show for a long time. Now, a lot of the fan base was that they're loyal and they're just gonna lap up whatever people give to them, and that's fine. I'm not judging that. I've done that myself quite a bit, but and that's why I listen. A bunch of my patrons and subscribers said, hey, cover the show, check it out, see what it is. And I'm like, you know what? After I got over being mad, I'm like, fuck, okay, you know what? I can't really say shit unless I watch it. So I'm going to watch it. And if it's good, I will freely admit it. I will say I was wrong. I'm won over. And I mean, it was going to be really hard to do that. I'll be honest with you, but it was possible. If you even watched my review of the first episode, I'm like, well, that wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't great. She was kind of twitchy and weird, but it wasn't like political or anything. But then, of course, the second episode came out and all went shit after that. So, yeah. It was by episode 4, everybody lost their fucking minds. That was the funny thing. It was episode 4. And that was the same thing happened to Star Trek Discovery. After The butcher cares not for the lamb's cry. That episode, I think people just gave it 4 episodes and started losing their effing minds. And it was kind of funny. You saw it on the chat, and the chat from the 3rd episode to the 4th episode was totally different. People were just fucking done. They were like, what the fuck was that? You know, oh, by the way, Nerdrotic Jr., Mrs. Nerdrotic just got home. I didn't tell him I was like, hey, how's your father? Thank you. Thank you. So where was it? So thank you, Doctor Who, for sucking, but I would rather you be good. Does that make any sense, folks? I'd rather it be good. I'd rather be sitting here talking about, man, do you think that one guy who showed up in that one episode, do you think he was secretly a Dalek? Because Stephen Moffat would come up with these great concepts and then never do them again. In Asylum of the Daleks, the human Daleks that had the freaking stalks that came out of their heads and it was crack, that was creepy. I like that. I'm like, holy shit. And that's why I was so bummed about season 7. I'm like, is this what we're going to get? Holy crap. This is great. And then that was the only good episode, really. It was kind of a bummer. But according to the new STD trailer, Section 31, the black badges that you can show around and tell everybody, hey, I'm in Section 31, everybody, secret agent. Hello. Yeah. Cannon going down the toilet, Mako. I hear flushing sounds. And that's what's going. Thankfully, they did not live up to their promise in Doctor Who, and thankfully they didn't fuck. Well, there's still one more episode, so I probably shouldn't. I'll knock on wood that they didn't mess with the Time Lord's backstory that they said they were going to do with it, which they'll probably do in season 12. But thankfully, we got a year and a half to wait for that. By the way, folks, it's going to be fall 2020. That's what I heard. Fall 2020, not April, fall. The problem is that they will probably be ready by April, but they want to maximize ratings. And I think I went over that pretty well in my US ratings thing. More people watch TV in the fall than they do in the spring. Now, I don't know about the UK, but fall 2020 is what I was told. The funniest thing is when you hit like a certain subscriber thing, you start getting emails from insiders. Now, I got to verify anything before I do any videos or say anything. And I'm not saying any names or anything, but I found out some wicked cool information today. It was great. And it just kind of happened. I think they were waiting. I was like, okay, if this guy hits 15,000 subscribers, I'm going to email him. So funny. Oh, man. But man, thank you so much. And please do not put any of your jobs at risk for me. I appreciate the help, but please do not get fired because of me. I would not forgive myself for that. I'm a bit of a blabber. I will not tell anybody your name. Don't worry about that. But I like to blab information. I'm on YouTube. But if anybody wants to do it anonymously or something like that, but please don't risk your job. Okay. It's not that important. You got to pay your bills. Okay. And plus, working at the BBC, it's probably something you wanted to do for a long time. Don't fuck it up. Unless it totally sucks and you don't care. Which is what one person said. They said it just sucks. So yes. So thanks, Dr. Who, and thank you everybody who's joined up. And you guys are freaking brilliant. We have one of the best. I try to avoid the word community. It's just one of those buzzwords. We'll just say group of Whovians and friends and nerds. Group of nerds. Just a good group of nerds. Proper nerds. Gary, look how well that worked for Doctor Number 6. Oh yeah, well, it did. As far as what do you guys think is gonna happen in the New Year's Eve episode? I think it's gonna be a lot of F and nothing. You see that trailer where look at a car skidding on a road. We're gonna be action, yeah, and then that's gonna be your action scene. You guys did see the running in the second to last episode. I forgot the one with the blind girl and the dumb dad who like left his blind daughter alone in a house for days. Yeah, that dad. Did you see the scenes where they were running down the corridors and down the tunnels? Do you think we're going to get any action out of these people? Did you see Ryan running with her? I mean, like, I wish I could show video. It's so bad. Damn right. Proud effing nerds, gang of geeks. Yeah, fly your flag. Do not ever be shameful of that. A time will come where we'll be put back in the corner and be. I mean, listen, we've never been accepted. There's this whole thing like we've been accepted. No, we've been sold out. We've not been accepted. The general feeling is, oh, aren't these superhero movies cool? But we keep on seeing people trying to change our shit, like turn Doctor Who into a woman or take costumes off our superheroes and stuff. And what I try to convey to them is, you know why this shit stayed around for so long? Because it was already good. It didn't need your help. All you had to do was adapt it, show some respect. Kind of like what Dan and Dave did for the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. Show some goddamn respect for something. Whether you like James Gunn or not, Guardians of the Galaxy showed some respect for the characters that were thought up in the comic book. Jon Favreau showed great respect to Iron Man. It's Joss Whedon for the first Avengers. I mean, like Joe Johnston, Captain America. I love First Avenger, by the way. I freaking love that movie. It is so cool. It's such a good comic book movie. That is, as even Tom from Meadsa, he had a good term for it. Shepherd. We're shepherding these stories to you. That's what I did at the comic store. That's what we nerds do. We don't need your grounded fuck that word grounded, by the way, interpretation of a dark and real whatever. Just take the stories that are there that have been around for 50 years and just adapt them as well as you can for film. Try to keep the spirit. It doesn't need to be perfect, but don't fundamentally change our shows and our characters. And then when we're pissed, call us racists or misogynists or whatever. Yeah, screw you, by the way, for saying that. And we have something for you. It's called Dissent, and we are going to voice it as much as possible unless they unplug YouTube. But and thankfully there is a bunch of channels that have risen up and done that. And I mean, the thing is, I was talking to my patrons today about like I'm a YouTube geek. Like I spend, when I'm not watching TV to cover for the show, I am on YouTube. I am on YouTube supporting that Umbrella guy, Anti-Trekker, Doomcock, of course. I've been subscribing to the original Midnight's Edge channel since they started. World Class Bullshitters. I am on a lot of YouTube channels. I mean, I don't really participate a lot in the chat now that I have a channel because I don't want to be bringing attention to myself. I want to just enjoy their show. But and you might like some of these guys, you might not like some of these guys, but I really enjoy being on YouTube and hanging out in the chat. That's it. I love comics. That's where I really found a lot. I met a lot of comic community. That's where I met Comics Division and Ed Brewer and like really some cool people in there. And yeah, I like being on YouTube. I think YouTube's fucking cool. And I think being in the chat is cool. It's fun. It's so much more fun than just watching regular TV. It's interactive TV. It's great. All hail Doomcock, by the way. All hail my buddy Doomcock right there. Data Ohio, $5 super chat. Do you think the recent wave of PC has any parallels with the McCarthyism of the 50s? Actually, yes, I do. It's ironic, isn't it? How wasn't it? It was Captain America or no, Batman. I keep getting those Batman about living long enough to be the villain, to become the villain. Weird how that thing life, and we were just talking about the whole PC thing and how life goes in cycles and the pendulum swings back and forth. And right now, a certain group is in control. And the only thing we're ever asking, I'll speak for myself. I am not asking for a one-sided politic or another side. I'm asking for be apolitical, show both sides of an argument, and try to keep it out as much as possible, especially current year stuff that when it doesn't matter. Like Lois Lane does not need to be complaining about the goddamn wage gap in an Elseworlds crossover. Okay, I mean, like it's ridiculous. And we know she makes more than Clark, for Christ's sake. And it's just dumb. And it doesn't need to be in our superhero stuff. And it just pulls me right out of it. And that's why I don't like the CW, because it started doing that shit all the fucking time. Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. I couldn't get through 10 minutes of it without hearing like a fucking patriarchy. And I'm just out. Like, I'm not even going to waste my time. It might have been the only time they mentioned it. But, I went ahead, and by the way, it's not the only time they mentioned it. Yeah. Um, but that show got picked up for 2 more seasons. So what do I know? Uh, Jimmy Olsen Blues, Tooth Fairy 3 times. Do I have to say it 3 times? Tooth Fairy, what's up? That's the villain we're gonna get, the Tooth Fairy. Are we talking about the what the hell was his name? Tim Shaw? Doctor Who could take a leaf out of Rocco's Modern Life and show a jar of mayonnaise for an hour. Ratings boost. Silhouetted animator, yes. And let's get to the chat a little bit here. But I thought, hopefully I made that argument clear in my video that all of these franchises have goodwill. We all know what goodwill is. It's just something you've earned with your customer. That, like, Kevin Feige has like probably the most goodwill Hollywood's ever seen, and he might burn through it in one movie, by the way. But Star Wars had 40 years of goodwill. Star Trek 50 years. Doctor Who 50 years. There was a lot of people upset about Jodie Whittaker, but guess what? A lot of people were going to watch the entire season so they can say, especially when you were a Who fan and you've watched every season and bought every episode on Blu-ray, it's not that easy to just bow out of something, right? So we gave it every chance. I mean, Doctor Who has earned that. The label has earned it for me anyway, for me to watch every episode, give it every chance. And it burned through all of its goodwill for me anyway in one season. That was the one common thing I read in all of those Rotten Tomato views. And by the way, it dropped some more today to 33%. The most common thing mentioned in the reviews were, I'm out. I watched every episode and I'm out. I'm done. Peace out. See you later. After a year break, those ratings are going to drop more than 50%. I promise you. Promise you. And they're going to feel it. The next year, what they were hoping to get by on is merchandising. Well, that isn't panning out very well. That's my Nick. Well, no, that's a video for next week. So, what's up, Austin Woods? Nerdrotic Channel, the hashtag show reported today that Alan Scott Green Lantern was supposedly cast in the Stargirl show. I know that Henry Thomas is going to be. Why am I blanking now? Who he's going to be? Like, the Stargirl show is going to have a crazy cast. I forgot who he was cast as, but I was excited about it. Silhouetted animator. I am looking forward to some of the DC stuff. You got to remember that the Titans show was under somebody else's reign, and not James Wan. What's his name? James Hahn, the guy who's running DC right now. I'm becoming a believer in this guy. And if Aquaman is the first sign of things to come, DC fans can start to get very, very excited. And this is the perfect time because Marvel might be on its, and then DC can take over. And then we get more superhero movies. It's great. Penn says, welcome to all new subs. Thank you all. Well, Gary, I'm off the stream. Some Warcraft. Have a great night. Filthy Farmer, you have fun. You have fun streaming that Warcraft. And thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Malwinius Serrano Ofram from York. I just like saying your name. Hope I'm saying it right. Well, Gary, you're moving towards an influencer badge on YouTube. Really? I don't know about that. I really don't want this shit to go to my head. I mean, because like I'll do something stupid. I'm going to repeat the story. I'll repeat it one more time. There was one time I was at a party at my friend JD's house. And it was just, everything was going right for me that day. I was properly high on a lot of drugs. And two of the cutest girls at the party were like, hey, Gary. And it was right in front of all my friends. So it was like, yeah, man. So I sparked up a cigarette and walked through a sliding glass door. That's the story of my life. So thank you, though, Malwinius. I hope to use it wisely. If I influence anybody, I just like really don't do drugs. You could smoke pot as long as you're not an addict. Okay. We have the best buzzwords. Let's get to the chat. What's up? Well, Wildaz, what's up, Tim F? Oh my God, can we talk about the Expanse? Doomcock brought this up, and this is so right. The Expanse is everything these effing shows say they want to be. It is one of the most diverse shows on camera and off in all of TV. They don't make any kind of they don't speak a word of it. They just do their job. They just do their job and they entertain. There's no drama around the show. Somebody brought something interesting up on Patreon that could be a concern. That now that they've gotten a bunch of money and they're on Amazon, they might feel emboldened to put in some politics. We know the writers of the books are very political on their Twitter. I'm hoping they won't. In the books, they haven't really done it. So I'm going to lean towards no, but it's always a possibility. I'm very concerned for Counterpart, but I need to give it more time. Speaking of Gunn, have you seen the Bright Bird trailer? I have, James Hardy, and it looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I can't wait to see that. Have you guys heard of a book? Oh God, it's by Mark Waid, though. I'm sorry. It was his last good work. But nah, I won't recommend it. I can't recommend anything by him anymore. That's such a bummer. That was one of my most recommended books, but I can't do it anymore. Did I like Sicario? I did not see Sicario. Mrs. Nerdrotic said it was the shit, though. She loved it. I still need to see it. About time we had a decent Fantastic Four movie. Are we getting one? I hope so, man. Oh, Thomas, I want that more than anything. Anything. I mean, didn't you want the end of Infinity War to have the 4 on the beeper and not a symbol that I had to explain to everybody in the theater? How many of you guys had to turn around to your boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever, and tell them what that was at the end of Infinity War? Because I had to tell everybody. Everybody's like, "What's that, Gary?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Captain Marvel." What's a Captain Marvel? Ginger Ripplinger says Dr. Jody Who is boring, trite, no substance. Absolutely. Did you see? Okay, I've been having a lot of fun finding her weird facial expressions to use on my thumbnails, and it's not hard at all. I just go to my Sling, I fire up just an episode, I pick one at random, and I wait about 30 seconds, and she makes one of those faces. And she does it a lot. And it's like, once you notice it, you can't unsee it. You're like, what is she doing with her face? There had to be somebody on the crew going, she is really overdoing the face tick thing. I mean, seriously, here, let me share that. Let me see if I can fire it up. If I can fire that up. There we go. It's also got my favorite David Tennant when he sees Donna, or what the Donna episode. Yeah. Look at that. I just waited 30 seconds and got that. She does that all the time. I mean, forget Brie Larson. It's like this. What the hell? Yeah. It's like something flew up her nose. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could talk about the Expanse more, but they have announced no casting news to speak of. Nothing. It's a very quiet production. I know the Expanse is going to be back in June, I think, and I can't wait. I can't wait. In the opening scene of the Wonder Girl episode of Titans, Diana and the Justice League are mentioned. I think it's a setup for Diana with future knowledge preventing Robin's death, implied in Buffy BVS. I know what you want, silhouetted animator, but and I don't want to burst your bubble, my friend, but the DCEU is dead. They're not going to refer to. They might, well, maybe they will, because the Titans is bait. Did they announce if they're going to occupy the same world or not? Do they occupy the same world? Because I was told it's like their own world, which is dumb. What's a Captain Marvel? Worst freaking nightmare minus boobs. 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 Uh, she's doing nothing. Yeah. Uh, thank you, Mary Ashmead. I love making the thumbnails. T Stoney, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love doing the thumbnails. That is the funnest part of this job. Um, got it. Oh my god. Okay, so Ian Banks says I got a collection of about 20 classic. What is that? Gurns from Jody. Utterly tiresome, right? Artemis over easy. Hi, is it going? You're talking to somebody else, but I'm just going to say hi to you. Orville. Thomas Williams says Orville is good. Thomas Williams, I agree. Orville is great. I can't wait. We will be live. Not 15 minutes. I am firing that sucker up the second that episode is over. I'll be ready to go. I won't take any notes. We're just going to talk. We're just going to fire it up and talk to you guys about the Orville. And it might be just an hour of like, that was really good. If they're still making movies, there's still going to be cinematic universe, alternate timeline, or not, I think. Well, they're still making universe, but the universe is different. Silhouetted animator. It's not the DCEU. Well, it never really technically was, but it's now called the DCU, and it since it is definitely the Snyderverse. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it the Snyderverse. Is over and done. They're not using that anymore. So what they're going to do is they made 3 movies. They made Aquaman, they made Shazam, and they made Wonder Woman. And whatever one's the biggest hit, that's what they're going to base their world on. But they're going to keep it very loose, which I think is very smart. Very smart. What's up, Artemis over easy? How's it going? The egg scene in the Orville was hilarious. It was, Bill, it was so goddamn hilarious. Just thinking about it. The DCPU. Oh, CD Horde. Man, Nihilish Shadow is gonna like break out his Wonder Woman rope and do something nasty with it. No. I want DC to succeed. I do. I very much like DC. Canadian humor is very much like British humor. It is, Thomas Williams. Kids in the Hall are, I mean, Christ, that's the Canadian Monty Python. Kids in the fucking Hall. Sausages. The Snyderverse has been phased out. I mean, just look at how many times Aquaman's like, if they pump the color up on his costume one more time, it'll be Dayglow. Like, look where even the first trailer started, and look at how the color is now. I love it, by the way. I'm glad they did it. Kids in the Hall was so fucking good, Matthew. Oh my god, it was good. Brain Candy, yes. Crush your head. What about a Family Guy and Orville crossover? Some people would like that, Thomas. I am not a Family Guy fan. Sorry. Nobody home. James Wan is so good. He's gonna be a hero, Connor. If James Wan pulls off Aquaman as like the best DC movie, I'd say that's actually a bigger feat than James Gunn making Guardians a hit. I would say that's a bigger feat because Guardians had like it was a blank slate. Very few people knew about it. I suspected it could be a hit because there is a great run of comic books that they based the characters on. So I thought, well, it could be good. I didn't think it'd be quite as good. I fucking love Guardians, by the way. Aquaman being like the most made fun of superhero in the history of superheroes, to where they even clowned it in an HBO series, and they turned that thing good. James Wan becomes the director de jour for superhero films overnight. Done. I think it's already the case, by the way, because Aquaman did something Star Wars couldn't. Kicked ass in China. Now, so did Transformers First Night. So let's not get too excited. But you did not have to do that, Melwinius. I will check. Wait just a second here, folks. Thanks for joining me on the live stream, by the way. Last minute. Sorry I was late. But I mean, get used to that. If I put up a time, it's probably going to be like 10 or 15 minutes till I'm fired up because I have a ritual. Okay, so I have a ritual. I'll tell you, since we hit 15K, I'll tell you one part of my ritual. I'll tell you two parts. I wash my hands. I wash my hands. And I have an OCD thing with my dishes. So I can't start any art project, anything. I can't leave the house. I can't do anything unless the dishes are clean. So if there's dirty dishes, even if I didn't think about it till last minute, I do my dishes real quick. And I also sacrifice chickens. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that part. Sorry, PETA. Sorry, PETA. It's for the good. It's for the good of nerddom, though. You did not have to that. Wow. Malwinius, thank you so much. That is proper. That is that was a lot of money. So, yeah, Malwinius sent $40 on PayPal. Thank you so much. That is a lot of money. You did not have to do that. Yikes. That's awesome. PETA, I know, PETA. PETA. Thank you, Malwinius. Proper thanks. Cheers, my man. I'm a little shocked. Dishes are done. Hey, I don't have a dishwasher. I don't have a dishwasher. I don't have an electric dishwasher. Chicken wings are great, by the way. Love them. Yeah. I don't have a dishwasher because my house is freaking old and doesn't have the plumbing for it, believe it or not. Oh yeah, thanks, Cato, for the nerdrotic schedule. The schedule is up. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff this week. I do believe we might do an Exozone this weekend. I don't know. It's holiday weekend. It's up to Doomcock. I'm willing to do it. I think this time it'll be my channel. Not sure it'll be 6 hours this time, but you never know. If you guys watch the Exozone, it was rad. If I do say so myself, that was I just had fun. So I hope you guys had fun. Like honestly, it's so easy to stream with him. He's so cool. People against goodness and normalcy. Thomas, exactly. Pagans. Monty Python Flying Circus is the granddaddy of sketch comedy. Angel, they are the Beatles of comedy. I have the, what was it? It was on PBS, Public Broadcasting here in the States. It was they do pledge drives and they offered a Monty Python set on DVD. That I'm gonna be buried with that. I love that, and it's only got like 4 episodes per DVD. I fucking love it. Yeah. Do you ever do the Xmas ideas for Doctor Who Audit Watcher? It's a good question. That video gets released on the 20th. It's been quite a lot of work. I've actually been working on it for like a week and a half. You're gonna go what? But what I mean by work is I had to, in my spare time, I'm trying to go through. What I'm trying to do is get as many stories as I can in and kind of do a top 10. And I just there's oh god, I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube, but there's a term in editing. It's called we'll call it killing babies. That's what the term's called. So when you're done, you guys, anybody been to film school, you know what that means. Like you have to edit your stuff down, and it's hard. It's hard. And every time I get rolling on it, then another topic for Doctor Who comes up that I have to do a video on. You have to scrap everything and start it over. So sorry, too much information there. But yes, plus I thought it would be a better idea to actually release it closer to Christmas. Does that make sense? There is another Doctor Who video out coming before it on, I think tomorrow night. It's kind of a serious one. I'll give you a hint. It is what Whovians can expect for the next year. I'm going to give them a little example of what is going to be coming at you. Ventian MGTO McTow. Vinci and McTowell, $5. Thank you. Hope you are prepared for deep platforming. YouTube and Patreon ban Sargon of Akkad. California NBC liberals run PayPal, Patreon, and YouTube. They do. They do. I if I get okay, folks, if I get deplatformed, I mean, what Sargon got deplatformed for was lame. He said something. He was arguing with actual racists, by the way, folks. So he said something he probably shouldn't have said, but it was on somebody else's live stream. And it was and in context, it was arguing with other races, with like real racists. And as you know, Sargon is not right wing, by the way. He's not. Patreon kicked him off. They just needed an excuse. They wanted to do it, and they've kicked off other people too. I don't like it. I live in California, so I know what it's like here. And it's weird because the people who used to fight for free speech and for free expression and individualism have changed, and they've changed, and like I haven't changed, but they did. It's weird. It's really weird. If I get deplatformed for complaining about Doctor Who, that's a problem. That's a problem. I mean, Sargon said something regrettable. He shouldn't have been kicked off. But I'm also the same person who said Roseanne shouldn't have been fired and James Gunn shouldn't have been fired. So there you go. I think, yeah, I don't know. If it happens, it happens. I hope not. Thank you for the super chat. I hope not. But if they're platforming for me talking shit about a TV show, content of a TV show, that's a problem. Then we might need to rise up. As far as Patreon, I'll repeat it again. I can't leave you. I can't. There's too many people who've like, I just can't. I'm not in that position. We're just starting out. Once banning starts, it doesn't stop. You're right. Yeah. I'm definitely in agreement with you that. Baltar is dead? Like which one? I mean, I don't know if you're joking or not. Like, because like last time I saw somebody was dead, it was Stan Lee. I was like, no. Not the guy. Not the guy. You know what? The guy who plays Gaius, what's his name now? I'm looking for his name. He would be a great doctor. He'd be a great Doctor Who. What's his freaking name? Oh boy. I'm like looking at a picture of him right now. He was portrayed by James Callis. James Callis would be a great Doctor Who. Or Doctor. Sorry, can't call him Doctor Who. -2 nerd points for Gary. Penny Marshall did die today. Yes, Laverne. May she rest in peace. Laverne. Yeah. I don't you think James Case? I think he'd be a good doctor. I do. I mean, they won't make him a doctor because he's a white male. So my doctor does not need to be a white male. Okay, it just needs to be male. I don't care what color his skin is. Isn't he Canadian? He is Canadian. Is he Canadian? I thought he was English. He might be Canadian and just was using a British accent, but I thought he had a British accent. I've only seen him in two things. Okay, I've seen him in Battlestar Galactica, and don't judge me for this. Okay, I got a wife. All right, Bridget Jones' Diary. Bridget Jones' Diary. As I hang my head in shame. Mrs. Nerdrotic likes to see movies like that. I gotta go. She goes to every superhero movie with me. Okay, so little give and take. Callis is British. By the way, total Anglophile. Love you, Brits. If I could afford living in London, I would. Although I don't know, London's changed, right? Like it's not what it used to be. You know what I noticed in London when I was there? It's been a while. Lots of young homeless people. Like our homeless people here in San Francisco, they range in age. They're probably like 50 and up. Man, there was a lot of teenagers and 20 somethings. And like, I wasn't going to give them any money. I'm like, Psh, you look healthy. There's some guys out here. I actually, it's not really good to give to panhandlers because it just, but some are so far gone. It's like, let's give them a little something. Peter Davidson. I fucking love Peter Davidson. The Fifth Doctor is unsung. I tell you, unsung. Maybe the next Doctor will be Idris Elba. Bill, I would take that in a hot second. He turned it down though. He turned it down. Mary Ashmead, this week is going to be so busy for me. Doomcock tomorrow. Is Doomcock on tomorrow at 9:30? Okay. I didn't know he was on tomorrow, and I'll be on in the morning. I will be on in the morning. If you guys won't be, if you're not sick of me by then, I don't know. Are you guys cool with daily content? Now, it's not going to be daily live streams. It'll be daily videos, but yes, it'll be every day. Also, San Francisco needs to be nuked. Sorry. Graham, can I leave first? Not everybody here is how we are perceived. Let me just say that there are some people fighting the good fight here. Okay. But yeah, it's pretty useless as a city, I gotta say. But I can't move right now. The salon does wait. What our plan someday is to move to well, it was either up north or to I kind of like oh yes please daily neurotics, says Cato Rowan. Right on. Yeah, we will do daily. I am very fond of Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's near where where Mom Roddick lives, and my little sister. And I love Santa Fe, New Mexico. Well, the house problems are, I mean, I've got to fix those if I'm going to move. They are, what are my house problems? Well, we've got flooding, we've got wood rot, and because there was flooding and then there was the wood rot, there was little critters. So, and then there was a big critter that did some damage. And yeah, there's lots of critters here in San Francisco. There's raccoons everywhere. Big suckers too. They're funny. Those things will brawl. They will brawl. They'll stare you down and brawl. They're so funny. I had one. He got up on his two legs, and he's all, "What, son? You looking at this?" Fucking raccoon. I spent the weekend in Mill Valley. That place is pretty nice. Visited Pete's Coffee while I was there. Rube's Good Brain Coffee. Hey, Pete's Coffee's good. Mill Valley is beautiful. There's lots of very stuck-up rich white people up there. You're not far from Lucasfilm up there at Lucas Ranch. Artemis over easy. What are you talking about? Where else can you make 125,000 a year picking up human feces and other assorted garbage? San Francisco. And he's not lying, by the way, folks. He's not lying. We have a poop patrol. It's a human poop patrol, and those guys make about $120,000, $150,000 a year, and they are set for life. You can't make the nooner tomorrow. It's okay, man. I understand it. It'll be a video. You can watch it later. Edward James Olmos is the next Doctor. Yeah, that would be awesome. El Doctor. Peter Cushing is more canon than Jodie. Agreed. At this point, can we make Peter Cushing canon? Can we do John Pertwee was my first Doctor, but Tom Baker is the best. Thomas Williams, don't sell Pertwee short. He was fantastic. He was utterly fantastic. But yeah, Tom Baker is the best. I'm not going to argue with that. Oh my God, when Tom Baker showed up in the 50th anniversary, and I didn't know it was coming until I heard his voice, and we were watching it at the Comic Outpost, and we couldn't hear what happened afterwards. We had to pause it because there was so much. It was like I don't know, Manchester United. I'm trying to think of a football team over your sports ball. Like it's like your team just won. People went crazy. It was such a cool thing to see, like this real visceral reaction of people just going nuts. And this is here in the States, folks. There is still a lot of love for Doctor Who, but it's eroding. Can you imagine anything like that happening now? I had 40 people in my comic shop screaming. Some people were crying with joy. We had other people running out the door going, woo, like because an old man showed up. And like, this is how cool Doctor Who is. Doctor Who can make an action figure of an 80-year-old guy with a cane, and people are going to buy the shit out of it because it's Doctor Who. Is that going to happen now? No. That was such, I'm just like remembering that moment gave me goosebumps. That was such a cool moment. My jaw dropped. I was like, what? What is my favorite? Who is my favorite Doctor Who companion besides Sarah Jane Smith? Besides Sarah Jane Smith. Ooh. Yeah, Nordy. I mean, like people did weep, and it was that's awesome to see tears of joy at a show. My favorite companion besides Sarah Jane Smith. Donna, probably Donna. I'm a big Donna fan. I like Martha. I know nobody likes Martha. I like the whole Tennant era. I like Rose. But Donna edges out Rose. I liked Amy Pond. I did. My least liked is Clara, obviously, and pretty much I like Graham. I gotta say, I like Graham in the new show. If they just made it, if they made Graham the Doctor, sold. Nisa, yeah, Nisa. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with anything I'm seeing there, except if I see some Clara come up there. But don't you guys agree that the Clara we saw in Asylum of the Daleks, the fun, kind of flirty one, like that one would have been a great companion and worked with Matt Smith. And they just went away from it for some reason that I cannot. I loved Rose, Donna, Amy, and Martha. Yep. Hey, the Martha era, season 3 is when we got the best Doctor Who toys, period. That's when they produced the most. They did the 12-inch versions. Christ, I got a Martha right down there. Here, I can screw it. It's a 50th anniversary stream. We can show other parts of the office, kind of. Right down there. There you go. See those next generation figures? Those are my wife's because she's cool. Yeah. So there's some Doctor Who stuff, and yeah, I got Doctor Who stuff all over the office. It used to be, you guys know though, it used to be completely covered with Doctor Who. Yeah. It's so sad. I was thinking about it today. I've got Doctor Who tattoos, and like it sucks because now I'm like kind of I don't get self-conscious for stuff, but I mean I could be like, this sucks. Do I need to cover this up now? No, hell no, I'm not going to cover it up. But like I thought about it. It's kind of so bad it's embarrassing. It's a little embarrassing. Doctor Who toys have a different meaning now, Gary. See what I mean? Yes. The seal of Rassilon. And the doctor's name. Wait. The doctor's name. I love this design. So that design is cool. Oh yeah, and that non-inclusive Doctor Who. A woman designed the Time Lord writing. A woman designed that. A woman wrote. She didn't write the theme. It was composed by an Australian, but Delia Derbyshire created it. She took the composing and did this. She was a musical genius. Like she was doing shit that like like people like Alan Parsons picked up on later on. Like she was doing some like groundbreaking shit with that whole BBC music thing. It was nuts back then. Lots of proper little English people doing this like weird, trippy, groundbreaking art that I just love. And oh yeah, and then Verite Lambert, of course, the first producer of Doctor Who. But Doctor Who's like, it's all been just what man. And it's like, shut up. Um, didn't Sarah Jane Smith have a spinoff? Angel, she did, and it was very good, and it would still be going probably if she didn't die. Uh, STD is 2PC and SJW. Faye, it is. It is, and it's bloody awful. I mean, it's just bad. Like, something can have like political correct elements in it, but if it's a good written, fun, thrilling adventure, I'm not going to give a shit. I'm going to go, okay, well, it fit within the story. Great, fine. When your stuff is bad, I mean, Dr. Mez, yeah. When your stuff is bad, it shows. It really shows, and the stuff is just bad. Um, it's so fucking bad. Da, 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 what Death Networks? What was your question? I'm sorry, I missed it. It's hard for me to catch everything. I'll go back up and see if I can find it. Hey, if you guys want, Gallifreyan is just annoying. I had to decrypt it for a Doctor Who contest, but it's fine because I won. Oh, good. I'm glad you did. Um, I would not know how to decrypt it, but if you guys want to, oh, there it is, right? Don't you hate that STD plus new movies ignored Enterprise canon? Yes, Death Network. I hated that it ignored Enterprise canon and Star Trek the original series canon and canon, just period canon. But yes, they uh, Death Networks they had no idea what canon was. It's clear now. Um, some other fine YouTubers have done videos that the writers for that show, I don't know if you were aware, Death Networks was they're basically soap opera writers. They wrote like the Gilmore Girls and stuff like that, and then nobody gave a shit about canon. And I think partially in the defense of the writers, I think they were initially told that they were doing a brand new Star Trek, like a brand new world. It's got nothing to do with canon, and then they changed their minds maybe. And this is just me speculating. I don't know how you can if you watch my Blu-ray review video, there is people justifying like if you go watch it, it's I mean I wish I could have put some of the stuff up. They say, oh yeah, we checked on. They say they give so much fucking lip service to canon, and there's no way they did. So they're just lying. They're like, yeah, we checked out the canon, but then we wanted to make something cool. That was the thing that was brought up the most. Bridget Jones is nerdy. Red Dwarf for life. Red Dwarf is good. What's up, Vortex Infinite? You just got here. Hey, we've been here for a while. Quinn Cannon, yes. You're right. Don't mind me. The original Charmed, I mean, I didn't like the show, but it wasn't like this political filled nonsense. It was just three sexy girls being sexy. And that's why people watched it. You had three attractive girls getting in adventures in attractive girl ways. And that's why people watch the show. I love how they try to push Charm as this like thing girls watched. Mostly dudes watch Charmed. Hate to break it to you, but mostly guys watch Charmed. Um, Mostly guys watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and mostly guys are watching it now. It is not a girl power thing, actually. It is young, attractive girls, and men are watching them. I don't know if that got lost in the narrative somewhere. It's like, yeah, women watch them too, but dudes watch them because there's pretty girls. That's still a thing. Maybe not for long, but I saw Wally Wood's name. KSS. We love Wally Wood. Pardon me, but what happened with the canon? They didn't use it, Vortex. We're talking about Star Trek. They just decided to walk on by it. They saw it. They're like, oh, look, it's canon. Isn't that cute? Bye-bye. Um, uh, they don't want men watching anymore, male gaze and all that. You know, it's so funny is when you talk to real people in real life about the male gaze. And I love what some of the ladies at the salon say, well, I want the male gaze. What are you talking about? Why do you think hair salons do gangbusters? Because of the male gaze. It's very, it's something people still want. It's not, well, not the gaze part, but just the gazing part, but the look, the noticing. It's this whole mating ritual thing. It's kind of built into our DNA. Yeah. Uh, there's always time for Alyssa Milano. Yeah, Alyssa Milano. I it was it was hard for me because I remember Alyssa Milano when she was like what's his name's daughter. Yeah. Yeah, James, I'm not watching it either. I'm not going to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I'm not watching CW superhero shows, and that's what we started covering. But I'm not. I don't want to get pissed when I'm watching my entertainment, and that's what's fucking happening now. I watched the Vampire Diaries, and the character Elena was gorgeous. Yeah, see, at least I watched the Vampire Diaries with Mrs. Nerdrotic once in a while, and at least I mean it was soapy and predictable, but it wasn't political. It was just who's becoming a vampire tonight. You know what? And God, do I miss those days. Who's the boss? Thank you, Mary Ashmead. Oh my God, why am I forgetting his name now? Is it Danny or something? The guy from Who's the Boss? The guy who was in Taxi. I tried watching the Charmed reboot, third and fourth episode. I shut it off in 10 minutes and never went back. When the CW turned Superman into a jobber, Gary Bell, I lost interest in the superhero shows. Yep, I'm not going to argue with you there. Tony Danza, thank you, Mary Ashmead. Alyssa Milano. I was in level with Melissa Milano since I was 8. Yeah, yeah, Alyssa Milano. Formerly Rodline, thank you for $1.99. Best part of the series of Doctor Who is that it's over. Yes, agreed. Isn't that suck? Doesn't that freaking suck? I'm happy that there's no new Doctor Who episode this Christmas, so I can watch the shit out of the good ones. And then there's no Doctor Who until fall of 2020, folks. Fall of 2020. So that's 2 years. That is 2 freaking years. My God. Graham is going to be, I mean, he's not a young man. Apparently it's going in the production soon for what I got to run, Gary. Later, nudes. Take it easy, Audit Watcher. You take care of yourself. Tony Danza. That's right. Indoctrinate. Indoctrinate. Damn straight. I hate it when they give you this, like, for one, this is kind of a dumb thing. I don't know why. It was a keychain, but then they put this dumb, ridiculous tag on it. It's like, why? What's sad is fall 2020 doesn't bother me at all. Right? It doesn't. Oh, wait, fall 2020? I thought it was spring 2020. Nope. I was told by 2 different sources it's going to be fall 2020 now. I mean, shit could change. That could be wrong, but that's what I was told. I was told 2 years. Remember, folks, the BBC put out a statement not 3 weeks ago saying we would get a series in 2019. So something changed. I don't know what. So that's probably why Chibnall's leaving and Jodie Whittaker's leaving, because that's almost her being Doctor Who for 5 years. You know, she's already been the doctor for a year. Not okay. She was announced how long ago? So 3 years. She'll be doctor. She'll be the doctor for like 3 years. That's a long time. Uh, it has to be. Yeah, don't mind me. And I said that earlier. They have to release it in the fall 2020 because if they release it in the spring and her shows like go out to the summer and stuff, nobody's gonna watch. Nobody's gonna watch. Maybe the showrunner has changed already. I can dream, right? Moons of Madness. Maybe. Maybe we'll get an announcement in 6 months that Chris Chibnall has left. Might as well be 30-20. No one will watch. DeForce 10, exactly. SPG, why can't anyone on Doctor Who just die and come back? No tension on the show makes it boring. Oh, yeah. It was going to take a lot to sell me on Jodie. This, and then spinning ratings, and we're going through the same crap. The only thing I worry about is, and maybe it's a good thing, is like nobody's, people are mad about Star Wars and there's cracking back and there's articles written. I think nobody's just gonna care, but I'm kind of surprised with what we've seen here on the channel. Like enough, we are not alone. I was worried I was. There was dissent on YouTube. There always has been dissent, but it's been kind of minor. The one really good video I saw was Computing Forever guy who did the vandalization of Doctor Who. That is a good video. That is a great video. Very inspiring. She gets paid the same as the other doctors doing less episodes, so I don't feel sorry for her, says the Lethal Diva. I like that name, the Lethal Diva. No, I don't feel sorry for her at all. I don't. What about Big Finish? I love Big Finish. I will not buy any Jodie Big Finishes, though. No thanks. I say bring back David Morrissey. Moons of Madness. I am so with you on that one. I mean, if I had a choice, if somebody said you can have any doctor back you want, I ain't gonna lie. There, David Tennant. I would just want him back. Just bring David Tennant back because I am 100% convinced if David Tennant went back in the role, he would be as good as he was 5 years ago. He's just that fucking good. Now, my other choice would be Paul McGann because poor Paul McGann didn't get a chance. I think he was brilliant. Oh my God, that freaking prequel. I mean, like, oh my, Doctor Who, Star Trek should be freaking ashamed of itself. Doctor Who ran circles around you on a 50th anniversary. Doctor Who's 50th anniversary was so much fucking fun. There was Comic-Con that year. Big Finish did Light at the Ends Part 1 and 2. That was as good as the Doctor Who Day of the Doctor special. If you guys have not listened to the Big Finish Light at the End, where it's got all the 5 surviving doctors. It's got Tom Baker. It's got everybody. It was great. Oh my God, it's so great. And the comics were good. Everything, the prequels were good. The damn 50th anniversary special was good, despite having Clara in it. Yeah. David Tennant came back, didn't miss a beat. And Matt Smith held his own pretty well with David Tennant. I mean, David Tennant was acting circles around him, but I thought Matt Smith would just get crushed in his own show. I thought he did a pretty good job holding things up. Also, the 3D in that episode is quite good. It's quite good. Oh, John Hurt, man, that makes me sad inside. I love John Hurt so much. The God, I mean, having Eccleston not in it sucks. Okay, the emotional impact. Could you imagine if it was Eccleston making that speech instead of John Hurt? I mean, like there wouldn't have been a dry eye in the house. Still, John Hurt, like you had to get somebody of that caliber to take his place. Making up the War Doctor actually turned out to be a really cool. We got some good big finish stuff out of it. And the just you know what? That's the one figure I don't have. I mean, I have the action figure, but I don't have the big Chief Doctor Who or War Doctor. I need to correct that. I was just waiting to have the cheddar to do it, but STD was STD was the Star Trek 50th anniversary gift. Yeah, Star Trek, do an episode. It was the 50th anniversary. You do an episode with all the captains, and all they have to be doing is sitting around a fucking table and reminiscing. I don't care. They could have done a legit episode. Like Paramount, CBS, have the money. You just get the captains together, the ones from the Next Generation timeline. You get Cisco, you get Janeway, you get Picard, a couple other people like Worf or whatever, and you put them on an adventure for an hour and a half. That's it. Yeah, and all she had to do was make an episode. It didn't have to be the most epic thing in the world. Just have them like I don't know. They got to do something on freaking Romulus or whatever. I don't just pick a planet. City Alpha 5. Yeah, Khan like left behind a couple of conlings, and they had to fight something that connected it to the original series and Enterprise, so you could mix in that too. And I mean, why not? All they would have made is millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars on the Blu-ray. You could have released it in theaters. You could have made an event. You could. I bet you networks would have been fighting. I mean, I don't know if it was CBS at the time. I think it was just Paramount. No, it was CBS. So CBS could have fucking aired it on, I don't know, their streaming service. But because they want to satisfy, I mean, that is even more proof that this whole bad robot actually running things, which I totally believe, by the way, speculation on my part, by the way, such a missed opportunity. It could have been just Q playing cards with them. Yep. Matt Smith has incredible emotional range and is acting despite the youth as a great doctor. IC3566, I agree with you. I love Matt Smith and would kill to have him back right now. I know some people didn't like it. I liked him. I liked him quite a bit. Thought he did a good job. And he was really good at looking old. Yeah, F-bag robot. Am I a Babylon 5 fan? I did not watch enough to like or hate it. I am fixing that next year. I'm going to watch it all. When it came out, I wasn't that into watching TV at the time. Yeah, I admit to my shame that I did not watch it all. I was the same with Farscape too. I've remedied that. I'm watching Farscape and I fucking love it. So I have a feeling, Angel, I'm a big fan of J. Michael Straczynski. I like his comic book writing, except for One More Day. But Rising Stars, and like he's just a fantastic comic book writer and a fantastic writer. Unlike previous new Dalek design images, the BBC ain't released any official images of their upcoming return, and they're supposed to have a new look. Nicholas Horton, thank you for the £5 super chat. But I did give you all a brief look of what it's going to look like. The pink Dalek. I don't know if that's a joke that went over very well, but yeah. I might have another image of what the Daleks are going to look like in the New Year special. Da, 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 da. I've got that Paul McCartney the Christmas song. Simply, am I out of focus? Sorry. Having a wonderful Christmas time. I've had my Alexa. When my Alexa is not spying on me, I have it playing Christmas music, and I ask it very inappropriate questions. That's your new look Dalek right there, everybody. Straight, it's coming with the bow. It's gonna say decorate. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's a joke, folks. What's this one? What's this one? Oh, hey, look what's happened to our franchises, everybody. It's cutesy bootsy. Yay, silly Billy time. Silly Billy, Pinky Winky, action figures. Fuck, I can't even do that voice. Like, what the hell? This is yeah, I know it's a Hello Kitty doll and a Hello thing, and that's fine. And by itself, it's just fine. Oh, it even says decorate right here. Oh God. Um, yeah, there you go. Everyone excited for Good Omens? Asks Hanafi Din. Yes, I'm excited. Are you excited? Fuck yeah, I'm excited. I cannot wait. Neil Gaiman being in charge of it is good sign. The casting looks fucking spot on. The League of Gentlemen are going to be in it. Like the entire League of Gentlemen are going to be in it. That's cool. R2 Me Too. R2 Me Too. That is funny. Karen Gillan, she does do a good Dalek voice, by the way. Karen Gillan's crazy, by the way. Have you seen interviews with her? She's on all the back when they used to do oh my god, I'm blanking the name. The little documentary on each Doctor Who episode that they stopped doing, which really sucked. Yeah, she's crazy when they interview her. Good Omens looks freaking awesome, right, Graham? Oh my god, I can't wait for that. Uh, we will be covering it. I love Karen Gillan. She's weird. She's proper weird. You know what I dug about her? She shaved her head for Nebula. Now she didn't do it for the second movie, but for the first movie, that's somebody who's like, she just got her first Hollywood job. It's a Marvel movie. She shaved her head. Brie Larson, that's showing respect. She went and learned about the character. She didn't fucking say Thanos is this lame thing or anything like that. Karen Gillan went to Comic-Con, won over everybody by shaving her head. And not that we it required her to do that, but it showed like how seriously she took the role. Um, you're Brie Larson, you are very lucky and fortunate. And yes, you've worked hard. I'm not going to deny that. You worked hard. You won an Academy Award in the right year when they were doing the casting, because that's pretty much what they want. They're like, who's blonde and won an Academy Award recently? Brie Larson? Okay, she'll be Captain Marvel. Give me some more cocaine. That's what the decision was like. And fuck yeah, you need to be a little more grateful there, Brie Larson, and respectful of the fans. And I would be, if I was Brie, I'd be spending my time trying to charm everybody, because she could. It would be very easy. You can win. We fans are won over if you show us a little respect and make us laugh. Won over just like that. What's up, Captain Robert April? They saved her hair for a very nice wig. She probably donated it. She's hilarious. Yeah, Karen Gillan is. She's crazy. She's a little crazy, but I like that. That's a compliment. Absolute compliment. What was the doc? Oh my god! It was oh, Doctor Who Confidential. Doctor Who Confidential. They stopped doing goddamn Doctor Who Confidential. That's when shit really started going downhill. I'm gonna have to see that Joker 79. Karen Gillan short film on being an aging screen queen. That looks interesting. Looking forward to the Legend of Neil coming back. Felicia Day, Zelda, and Dirty. Oh, I gotta check that out. Odd job. You know what I'm looking forward to come back? The Tick. The Tick. It'll be out in a couple months. Doctor Who Confidential was great, Tim F. I go back and rewatch them. One of them they did one of the special features was like David Tennant with a just a handheld walking around the Doctor Who set, and it was awesome. Oh yeah, the Tick is going to be fucking awesome. Uh, I might get to 16,000 in 2 days. How are we doing on that front? Do you guys mind if I check? You guys don't mind if I check, do you? Um, where'd my phone go? There's my phone. You guys are so brilliant. Oh, look, Mrs. Neurotic is uh yeah, hang on. I'm gonna have Mrs. Neurotic come in. Okay, we're checking right now. We're checking live on the air. Hi, everybody, by the way. Oh, shit. What? When did that happen? You are kidding me. Yeah, it jumped like the last time I checked it, DJD show was about 3 hours ago. It jumped like 80. Thank you guys. Welcome everybody. You can come in the chat. Don't be shy. We don't bite here. We got a lot of good people in here. Cato Roan, Hoshner Tim, Autumn. Hi, Autumn. How are you? Artemis Over Easy, my good friend Artemis Over Easy, Alexandra Sandu. I can't wait for JRM, Bishop Actor. Oh, god damn, I can't wait for Good Omens. Yeah, John Smith, 16 or 15,399. We just hit 15,000 like last night, like 24 hours ago. So that's crazy. That's crazy. I got to keep pumping out videos though. That's part of the my next one. Oh, that should get people good and riled up. I'm not trying to get you, well, a little bit, but the next one, like I said, the next one is a warning. Is just like looking out for my fellow Doctor Who fans, and just asking them like, don't put up with shit. Don't feel like you need to put up with shit. We do not have to apologize for anything. It is okay to not want the Doctor to be a woman. Now, if you're okay with her being a woman, that's okay too. If you're like, fuck it, I don't care, that's okay too. But it's also okay to not, and it's not sexist. The reasons they did it were sexist. The reasons they did this whole thing were sexist because they didn't think a woman was marketable by herself, nor did they even care to even think about it. Think about the fact that there is female Time Lords that you could do a TV show on that people would watch. Never mind. We've already gone over that, but you know what I'm saying. You know, it's okay to say, I disagree with you about the female Doctor. I think it's perfectly fine. And we can have an argument about that, and that's fine. But then what seems to be happening is like, I don't like your shoes, racist. And then the word becomes meaningless, which I think it's at right now, to be honest with you. Can we all agree on that? Like, that word is just like, somebody calls me a racist now, I'm like, whatever. I just rolled my eyes. And it becomes meaningless. And then that's a problem. And then that word becomes meaningless. So they decide to dial up and they call people like Nazis, which is laughable and stupid. And, we have Marvel comic creators doing that, the fans right now, which is like deplorable. You want to talk about the word deplorable? It's just getting nasty. It's just getting nasty. And, but the fact of the matter is, if we didn't say anything, we would just keep getting this shite. So we have to say something. And simply not buying it is not enough, apparently. And I don't feel bad for the BBC, but I understand why they went ahead with another season. The numbers in the UK justify another season. I'm not saying I agree with that. I think it's dumb. What they're going to find out though, and this is what I find interesting. So they've commissioned another series. That's how they say it over there. They commissioned for 2 years from now, roughly. A lot of things can happen. Usually, Doctor Who merchandising does pretty well. It floats the boat. It's not going to do well. The Doctor Who merchandising, you just cut your Doctor Who merchandising more than in half. I'm going to say they're way more than in half, because the action figures aren't going to sell. I don't know if they're even, I mean, I haven't bothered checking. I'm going to check on that one. I know they're making, the argument was they're making more like Hot Topic type of merchandise. So they're making like purses and stuff. So it's supposed to make up for it. Is the girl merchandising is supposed to make up. Well, they did that shit anyway, and it sold anyway.
So what's not going to happen though is dudes aren't going to buy anything with this new logo on it. Period. They're not. I'm not. Are you? Are you going to rock around that new Doctor Who logo? No. Spaceballs was right. Merch is where the money is. Absolutely. Why do you think they course corrected Star Wars? Because the movies, because of Solo? No, 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 no. The toys. The toys. They could handle a film flopping, and they actually, there's ways they can make it benefit them, but the toys not selling. I mean, it's not hyperbole or hyperbole to say that the Star Wars toys not selling really pushed Toys R Us over the edge here in America. And that's why for the first time in 40 something years, we don't have a Toys R Us to shop at Christmas. It breaks my heart to say that. Good tip with Counterpart, a million times better this season than the season of Doctor Who. Candy, I'm glad you picked up on it. It is a fantastic show. Enjoy the hell out of it. Folks, there is lots of good TV out there. And that's why Doctor Who really needs to get their shit together, because you're just going to be in our rear view mirror. I mean, all these people can say, I love Doctor Who and it did better, and screw you. We don't need you. Okay, man, I'll talk to you in 5 years. We'll see if you're still a Doctor Who fan. Legion, if you like animated stuff, Castlevania. God, Castlevania was great. Tick, Venture Brothers, The Expanse, of course, The Orville. Yeah, there's tons of good TV out there. Doom Patrol's coming up on DC streaming. Altered Carbon's on Netflix. Altered Carbon's a fantastic show. Man in the High Castle. Good Omens is coming. I have little doubt. American God season 1. Holy crap, that was good. American God season 1. Man, Good Omens is going to be good. Don't Mind Me, Legion is freaking phenomenal. Venture Brothers merch is the best. Danny the Street is going to be on Doom Patrol Silhouette Animator. That's awesome. He's literally a street. Cannot wait for Altered Carbon season 2. Me neither. Oh my God, that was such a good show. Doctor Who Barbie dolls are being sold at half price. Are they? Can you give me a picture of that, Pan Farm Girl? You know what? We know what sucks about San Francisco is, like, there's no retail stores around here. We're so fucking. I almost got political. They're so lame here that they won't allow a Walmart like anywhere within the city. So like the closest Walmart is 40 miles away. So we got a bunch of Targets. Well, Target sucks. I don't like Target very much. It's okay, but honestly, what's the difference between Target and Walmart other than one's red and one is blue? What I know, one is looked at as higher class, but please. Altered Carbon was awesome. I would say it was one of the better shows we saw this year. Look at this, Tim F. Oh God, Tim F. Thank you. Happy is on Netflix, folks. Happy. It's a Christmas story. It's freaking brilliant. And it also happens to be co-created by a friend of mine, Derek Robertson. Go watch Happy on Netflix. You will thank me later. It's dark. It's twisted. It's funny, but it's like really, really dark, but it's funny. So it's about a hitman who has to find a little girl who's taken by a child snatcher who is dressed like Santa Claus. And the girl's imaginary friend, Happy, finds the hitman to help find her. And for those of you who do not like SJWism, I got to apologize. I used to love Patton Oswalt, but I don't love him anymore. But he's good in the voice of Happy. So just try to ignore that it's Patton Oswalt and just listen to the car. I don't know if you can. If you can, I understand. But he plays the character of Happy, and it's fucking brilliant. It's really good stuff. There's no politics or any of that bullshit in it at all. It's actually it's raunchy. It pushes the boundaries of political correctness, like all the way over the edge and then off the edge. And then while it's off the edge, then it shoots it and then it pees on it a little bit and then it shoots it again and then it pees on it a little bit. So it's so anti-PC. That's why I fucking love the show. If you want to see a breath of fresh air of something that's gross and inappropriate and it just everything. It's just not politically correct. Watch Happy. Watch Happy. Oh, he was a hitman. Cajun. He was a hitman. I like F for Family on Netflix. I have not seen that. Krull is awesome, Angel. Hidden Wiki. I hope Patton Oswalt. I used to love him. I used to listen to all his albums and stuff, but then he went a little SJW on us. He did. Now, if he reels it back, wasn't there a Garth Ennis Hitman show in the works? There was Silhouetted Animator. I don't know what happened to it. Garth Ennis just signed a production deal too. There is an Artemis Fowl movie. I saw the trailer for it. I don't know what to say about it because it was just a teaser. Yes, I did see Person of Interest, and it was Jonathan Nolan. Jonathan Nolan is brilliant. Yeah, Patton Oswalt's act of late, not a fan. Also, I know some personal stuff that I can't share. Just not a fan. And I used to be a huge fan. Angel, yeah, you're right. All of them have, but like, I don't care if they're privately or once in a while. I mean, you can be as political as you want. I mean, especially on Twitter, I don't judge people on their Twitter stuff. I just ignore them, and I end up being fine with it. I'm sorry about his wife. No, it had nothing to do with his wife. No, he didn't kill his wife. His wife died. He did something just to a friend of mine. It was prior to his wife dying. He did something not cool to a friend of mine. Yeah, he just did I will say he did a show business thing to a friend of mine where he kind of fucked him over. So I mean, like, that's show business and everything, but I don't have to like him for it. He remarried awfully quick. He did. Arnold slept with his nanny, not boycotting his films for it. Oh, hell no. It wasn't because of that. Don't mind me. Yeah, that's for sure. No. If I boycotted movies for people cheating, I wouldn't watch any movies. That's why, when the Joss Whedon stink happened, it's yeah, he cheated on his wife. He's a director in Hollywood. It's in the fucking resume. Okay. I will cheat on you if I marry you. Now, I don't know why anybody who's a director or producer in Hollywood would get married to anybody. I think that's kind of silly. I think that'd be the last thing I'd do. Alita Battle Angel, what do I think? I want to like it. John US, I do. There's a good creative team behind it. There's a good creative team behind it. Here, let's the eyes though is I'm not too sure. I mean, can I give the boring answer on that? I'm gonna wait till I see it. I usually don't give that. That's a cop out answer. I am on YouTube. People ask me questions, but I'll say on first glance, here's what I think. I want to like it, but it's probably going to be bad. But I hope not. Yeah. You know what though? I wanted to double check something. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez, so I'm gonna lean towards it being good now. I'm gonna change my mind right there in the air. I am a bit of a fan of Robert Rodriguez. I like his shit. I like his stuff. I even like goddamn Spy Kids. Okay, I like Spy Kids. It was a kids movie. I had kids. They liked it. Alita looks a little weird, but man, Robert Rodriguez like made one of the best comic book adaptation movies of all time, Sin City, and he's got that artistic eye. He'd be much bigger as a director if he wasn't such a he just like does he he's a true artist. He does his own thing. I respect the fuck out of that. Arnold hasn't made a good movie in years. Yeah, and he made kind of a crappy governor as well. Although I did vote for him twice. I did. I don't mind saying I voted for Arnold. I mean, who's not going to vote for Arnold? It was Arnold. It was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh my god, the fucking Terminator is going to be our governor. Oh yeah, I'm voting for him. um, I like the first Spy Kids. It's all green screen stuff, but Ricardo Montalban is in one of the Spy Kids. Is he the Spy Kid 3D? I remember I took my kid. I had two kids 10 years apart, so I've seen a lot of kids movies. Okay, I could like live the rest of my life without seeing a kids movie again. Sin City was fucking awesome. KSS. Oh my god, I could watch that right now. Yes, I voted for Arnold Schwarzenegger twice. I did. The Governor. Go Chargers, go. It wasn't for politics. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger was running for governor. Fuck yes, I'm gonna make that happen. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. And then he being, you know what? He actually started out pretty good. He wanted to take on both sides. He was like a true centrist, and then he got crushed and just didn't do anything for the rest of his time in there. But he did rescind our vehicle registration fees are fucking insane here, and he did like lower those for a couple of years, and that was nice. Are you trying to make Demolition Man real? How do you make Demolition Man real? How do we make it real? I think if we just wait, Death Networks. I think if we wait, it'll happen. I mean, what needs to happen for Demolition Man to be real? Well, San Diego and Los Angeles need to merge as a city. Well, if it wasn't for a Marine base called Camp Pendleton, that would have already happened. It would turn into a megalopolis. Believe me, it's like you can't tell the difference. If it wasn't for you passing by the Marine base, you wouldn't know if you were in San Diego or LA. But you know, it's funny is if you go into Tijuana, you know you're in Tijuana. And do not drink the water. And always have about $60 or $80 to pay off the cops. And be careful. And don't go to a donkey show. They're not fun. They're not fun. When are we splitting California? Not soon enough. The Daily Show just cracked a Moonvis joke. Did they crack the moon? I don't watch the Daily Show. I don't like Trevor Noah. I love Demolition Man. You know what? I always tell both of my sons, Demolition Man has the greatest sign of the apocalypse or the revolution is when we start getting ticketed for language. So when you start getting that ticket, if you say fuck in public and then somebody like actually that they start legislating stuff like that, which they practically are in the good old UK, it's time for the revolution. He is not funny at all. I don't understand why he got the job. I haven't watched it. Like it's political. I don't do politics. I'm really like I don't like politics. They're boring as fuck. Deathlock Rising says stay the hell out of Mexico. I used to spend a lot of time in Mexico, but yes, I would not. There's some beautiful parts of it, and the people are awesome down there. There's just some parts that are rough, and Tijuana is not the place you want to go. Go to Rosarito or something like that, or go to Mexico City. Do not go to Tijuana. Not a lot. Lloyd, they need to split California. They do. It's too big of a state, and the people who run it are too far. The majority of the people live in the South, and it's run by people in the North. So it needs to be split. Sorry to be political on you for there, but I would prefer it split. You are fined 1 credit for violation of the verbal morality statute, says Death Networks. Yes. Graham Strauss says, I do. I can't, Graham. I'm not interested enough. It's blah, 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 blah. I'm going to promise you something I'm not going to keep, and I'm not going to do anything, and I'm just going to work to get reelected. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. All right. Well, tell me when somebody's attacking us or Or the yellow vest thing, I thought that was kind of cool. People fighting back against big taxes. I like that. I'm for that. I don't know. I think if they did that to us here, I think a lot of people would just take a nap or smoke some pot. I don't know. But on that note, I'm gonna have to get going. Mrs. Nerdrotic is wants some attention. But guys, before I go, They Live. Yeah, They Live's a good sign. That, by the way, They Live. Doomcock and I talked about doing an exozone on They Live. I really want to do that. Would you guys like that? I would love that. Just on that whole subject of They Live. That would be great. So well, I got somebody here. I'm gonna run my little video here. But I'm gonna keep talking to the chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks again. Thanks for hanging with me this long. And then just an impromptu. And guess what? I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for the Nerdrotic Nooner. I have a oh shit! I froze up again. There. Boom. I'm back. I don't know how I'm based. Oh man, people hung in there. Yeah, my computer froze up again. That motherfucking thing always does that. I don't know why. It's kind of becoming a thing lately. But I'm back for a few more minutes. So I was saying tomorrow, I actually have some fun kind of Doctor Who thing planned tomorrow. So tomorrow, guys and gals, we are going to we're going to we're going to count the best Doctor Who season 11 videos, because a website, somebody was nice enough on Twitter to shoot it to me. Somebody actually compiled from best to worst Doctor Who season 11, best episode to worst episode. So I thought we'd count those down tomorrow. I thought that'd be lots of fun. That's going to be part of the Nooner, plus whatever news pops up, of course. And hopefully you will all be there. And hopefully I don't burn you out on live streams. What the hell? What's going on? Oh my gosh. I know it's on my desktop somewhere. There we go. We'll try this again. Hopefully it doesn't crash the system. There we go. And then I can read your chat again. I'm sorry. I think I lost the chat. Where'd it go? I don't even know if any of you are still here. Hey, you are. There's a lot of people. We lost 100 people on that damn thing, though. Sorry about that. My computer froze, everybody. No, I wasn't hacked. I sometimes Chrome fucking farts out on me once in a while. I'm pretty sure I'm not in that lineup. Hail Nerdrotic Guru. Your channel is simply 15,400 times simply 15,404 times awesome. Thanks for the impromptu chat. John Smith, you are welcome. Yeah. I don't know. Could you guys could see me while it froze up or not? The Council of Geeks is a nice dude. We are having a hard time dealing with is a nice dude. He's having a hard time dealing with this. Go easy on him. Was I going hard on him? Is he having a hard time dealing with Doctor Who sucking or people talking bad about it? I mean, there's actually quite a few people pissed at me right now. Would you like to see Big Trouble in Little China chat one day, Gary? That would make me shoot some concrete on my head in excitement. Yes, I will talk about Big Trouble in Little China like anytime, dude. Neurotic streams are my new online addiction, says IC3566. Thank you so much. That hearing that fires me up. Bye. Have a good night. It's 5 a.m. in Germany right now, and I need to go to bed. Eddie from space, guten Tag, and I don't know how you say good night in German, but that's where my adopted family is from. My family is from Germany. That's the motherland to my fam. Gary, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens, says Tim F. Blame it on the Russian hackers. Well, Doctor Who is about to. So you could see me. Yeah, I was like, God damn it. It's a good thing I didn't pick. Did I pick my nose or anything? Maybe I did. There you go. And yeah, so there's our Patreon video. Don't go to bed with people mad at you. Oh, definitely not. No. Big Trouble Little China is in my top 5 movies of all time. Mary, thank you for the wrench. Cato Rowan, thank you for the wrench. I saw Johnny Papa's in there. You guys are awesome. Penn Farm Girl, as usual. Penn, thank you again for this. I freaking love my nerd curd. You're awesome. Everybody, thanks for subscribing and 15,000 subscribers. Oh, and the super chats, man. I gotta thank the super chats. Can't go without thanking the super chats. Oh, I'm all blurry. How long have I been blurry? $5 from Mary Ashmead, $10 from Artemis Over Easy, $2 from Kevin McDonald, £1 from Nordry EQNEL, Dada Ohio, $5, T Stoney for $1, Vention McTow, $5. Am I getting that right? Formerly Rod Line, $1.99. Nicholas Horton for £5, and Chris Persia for $2 Canadian. So 16,000 special in 2 days. Yeah, it seems like that's why I almost didn't want to do one, Chris. I didn't want to do one because we just did a 10, and I don't want to go to the well too much on that, and I don't want to jinx it either. I don't want to this is crazy what's going on. So I'm super happy. I'm really grateful for y'all. I don't know how many times I can say that, but thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. I hope you like it. Hope you stay. We could always we might disagree on some stuff, but I hope I don't ever piss you off to where you leave. And we cover a lot of stuff here, though. It's not just Doctor Who. We cover a lot of good TV too. We do a lot of live streaming here. Just wanted to warn y'all. And yeah. And we have a great group of people. We have a great bunch of nerdrotics in here. A bunch of crazy fun people. And the wrenches are awesome. Artemis Over Easy. Super chats pay the bills. Yes, it does. And by the way, the $40 PayPal from Malwinius. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. And it's pronounced Migtu. Thank you. Okay, so I got the first part right. Vention Migtu. Migtau. Gotcha. Thank you for telling me that. I really appreciate that. I don't want to. Dark Angel Ire, you take care, my friend. Don't mind me. This is a great channel. Sci-fi comic geek topics. Yes. Beard Love from Artemis Over Easy. Hail Nerdrotic. Hail to you. Hail to all my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. So may the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Good night, everybody. Thank you again.